it's basically like dragging my feet the whole time. So probably just like the physical stuff, not necessarily the printing, because obviously the printing is physical. I actually enjoy seeing the print come together.
Plus, there's a macho element, especially to printmaking, to all printmaking, but maybe especially screen printing, because it's like, look what I can do.
Check out my squat.
Check out my squat. I'm using all my muscles.
I don't know. Okay. Is that like
no, that I'm making.
Is it because I pose like this?
Yeah.
Like afterwards?
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Feel this.
Get into it.
My favorite thing is to design. Like, if I could just sit in a chair and not print, that would be great.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, we couldn't just not print. People have asked us, like, now that people buy your work, why are you still printing it yourself? Which is like a valid question, but I also feel like it's a dumb question, because like, part of it is it's in the name, and now we're stuck.
I know, we have to like change our name.
But like
all the domains are gone now, though. What am I gonna call
We'll
myself?
just take all the vowels out.
Yeah.
Printer.
It'll be so much easier than the little Friends of Printmaking
Oh, yeah.
for people to find.
But
Just change the
yeah. Yeah, I would just design, except that like I feel like we find out so much about what we can do by making mistakes and by actually doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
Like making mistakes or seeing things that aren't finished but are super interesting, like that is how a lot of these things like come together for us. We're like, oh, that would be good.
Yeah, I mean, we started sharing, you know, on Instagram, there's that Test Print Tuesday type thing. So we started sharing that. And so it's insane to go through our test prints. You know, for people who aren't screen printers, it's just when your ink is getting dry or something's going wrong with the screen, you print off so that you can get the screen.
Piece of scratch paper.
Yeah, a piece of like crap paper, just so you can get it back to printing the way it's supposed to. But you know, you've got just maybe like 30 sheets, so you're printing images over and over and over on top of each other. And sooner or later, the way that they lay on top of each other becomes something really influential for like, you know, work that we make.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what my least favorite thing is.
I think, yeah. I
Probably washing out too. It's just terrible. Or maybe when you're exposing a screen and it doesn't work out and you're like, oh, so now I'm an hour and a half behind already and I haven't even started. This is great.
Yeah. I mean, the waiting game is really hard with screen printing. I mean, you know, there's so many things that can go wrong at any turn. But I also really enjoy the simple things like researching materials. Like I got to do a lot of that for this, you know, especially because we use the same things over and over. I don't have a chance or time
Plus
to
you
do
get
that.
things in the mail too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my paper samples are here.
Yeah. What a day. But yeah, I would say that that's probably it. Yeah. Thank you. Anybody else?
Mine's kind of a two-part, but so I was kind of curious as to what your guys' digital process looks like before you're like burning screens, and also like how you guys have to form kind of your aesthetic. Is that like you feel like it's a balanced like thing between both of you guys, or kind of just maybe touch on all?
Yeah, I mean,
we've been working together since 19. Well, to answer the second part first, because that's easier.
We started working together in
like 1999 or 1998. So like,
yeah,
it's a house style.
We basically, it was interesting because when we were in school, you know, he said that we met in 2D design, and the teacher had you. There was like a day where you brought in like previous work, so she could like see if you
your
were
skill
good or any, you know what I mean. And based on that, she actually did pairs for a collaborative project, and she paired James and I together based on our work because we had similar influences. Like we were both super into like Dan Clowes and Chris Ware back then, and like comics in general. So we worked together, you know, first on a forest project.
Sure.
And then, you know, we over the years have just developed a house style that we can both work in, and it just makes it a lot easier because it's like, we don't have to wait for the person who does the one thing to be free before they can do the thing again, inevitably for somebody else.
I mean, I feel like this is true of both of us. I've never particularly cared about having like an identity as an artist. Like I don't need people to know that I drew something. Like as long as, I mean, I just don't, I honestly, I don't want people to think about me. Is that weird?
I don't think that's weird. I mean, like, I think, this is like a total tangent. I'm so sorry. But like, when I was, obviously, you're young and you're like, I like music and I like writing and I like art. But I'm going to choose art because you can just like be in a room and sit quietly and make work. And it's not about you. And then you find out that like you have to like talk to a room of people and it is about
like,
you.
it's just all about you.
Yeah.
And like, just the idea that like we have a house style and it's not about me or my ego. It's just we're making cool stuff. That's awesome. That's what we want to do.
And we have like a series of checks and balances because there's two of us, so we can say if something is good or bad or whatever.
Right.
And then the first part, so basically.
You saw the sketches.
Yeah, you saw the sketches, so masterpieces essentially. And then.
We'll take an iPhone photo of the sketch.
Yeah.
And then we'll stick it in the Dropbox. And then we'll put it in the bottom layer. We'll make it big. We'll put it in the bottom layer. And then we just work in vectors. We work in vectors, and then like we output using Illustrator because that's where you get the marks. So I don't know. It's not rocket science. It's not like super surprising. It's just like.
Yeah, we don't use any like brushes or.
No,
like,
I know that
which would probably help us.
It is weird because like you get older, and now I'm the guy who like when we started screen printing, people were like, "Oh, I only use Corel Draw and Fireworks," and I was be like, "What is wrong with you?" But then you find out when you're older, you're like, "Well, I'm just so comfortable working in this mode," and like, "Oh, I could learn a bunch of new stuff, but I have work to do. So let's do the work that people hired us to do."
Yeah.
So I don't know. We use all the old people products.
Okay, one more question, and Dora had her hand up in the back. Oh, they answered it.
Oh,
okay.
What was it?
It was how you guys met and how you found connection.
Well, I think one of the really powerful things about you two is that you didn't wait until you were finished with school to kind of start the thing that you wanted to do.
That is true.
I think again, like talking to a room full of students here, where when I first became aware of Little Friends of Printmaking, they were still in undergrad, and it's because they were like looking for the jobs, making these really amazing posters, putting it online, and I'm like in Nebraska going, damn, who are these people?
Except you weren't going like this.
No,
These didn't even exist.
No, you were like on a computer with a big
thing.
cathode ray.
Yeah.
You were like,
You were like checking your
page
tapes.
down.
And, like,
But I think that should be pretty inspiring
Yeah.
for you all as students to be like, this is the thing that I want to do. I can just start doing it, and I can start doing it with each other. I can start like finding those people that I want to make work with.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Like when we didn't have any like delusions of grandeur, maybe because we're Midwestern, I don't know. But like we thought when we graduated we would like the National Park Service or
no. I wanted to work for the DNR in Wisconsin. Like
Yeah,
I was like,
okay.
I'm gonna push paper for the DNR. I'm gonna like stamp a form all day long. Oh,
And I was like,
logging, denied, denied.
exactly. We would do like art in our spare time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because there were kind of like a dearth of opportunities for us, we were just like, let's do whatever we want to do. Nobody's asking us. Nobody's knocking our door down, like being like, please, can you draw a cat for us? So we were just like,
It's not like today.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I can't even. So many people want cats. But like, it's, I can never stress this enough. Like when you're young and like when people have no expectations of you, like that is the time to like start doing exactly what you want to be doing. Because then, I mean, nobody's gonna like, you don't have like 6 illustrations due. You can do exactly what you want to do.
Right.
And I know it sounds scary, but it's like,
It shouldn't sound scary.
It's-
you can literally do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So
no
one's judging right now because no one's watching right
Yeah.
now.
Which,
So like later people will be watching and they'll
Yeah.
be judging. So like do it now.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, Kate's correct. Like when we started working together when we were like sophomores, and then like after we graduated, we had no more jobs because
Right.
both of our jobs were work study jobs. So we actually set up a cross country art tour that was like 5 weeks in like 25 different cities because we just didn't have anything.
We didn't have anything to do. No more money, so let's go out and sell our prints.
And then maybe the van crashes at the end of it and we all die.
Oh, we did, well, we did it with Sari Pop too. And our joke was that at the end of the tour, we're just going to put all the unsold posters in a big pile and burn them because we don't know what's going to happen next.
But I mean, I think
But it was
about
great because we got big illustration jobs while we were on tour, just from like going out.
people
and
meeting us.
Yeah. Like,
And I think about doing that now, and I'm like, oh, no, I want to sleep on a gallery floor. That sounds terrible. So do it when you're young and your back is good. You know what I mean? Like,
No, that's so, and again, I feel like it's so awesome to have you kick off this term because we're also right after your talk is the first Friends of Graphic Design student group meeting where again it's like I think it's one of the things that's so great about being in school is the community that you're a part of.
Right.
And again, like you don't know, you might meet the person that you're going to be like having a career with. For,
oh, absolutely.
You know, falling in love with.
Yeah, no, I mean, like,
But it's like, you know.
We went on that art tour in like 2004.
yeah.
People we met on that art tour we're still friends with or work together or know, you know what I mean? And it's I guess
weird.
that's scary in a way because it's like you burn bridges. Oh no, you're burned.
You burnt.
But you know, if you're a nice person and you get along with people, then
It'll work out. It'll be great.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
thank you. Yeah.